Whoa, you got big hands.
I've always meant to be a receiver.
What?
I mean, just line up. I got.
I might have to take her.
Jake from State Farm. I bet those khakis are hideous.
And so are those sweatshirt pants.
These sweatshirt pants are hideous. I'm sorry.
Look.
I do a little bit.
Are you gonna go back and tell all your teammates that we're crazy people?
Them to get mad at me and be like, she can't ring the bell.
Who's gonna say that when you finished keto?
I think I deserve to ring the bell.
Oh, if there is a bell, she will ring it. Holly Rowe, Maria Taylor. Oh, they had some fun on the Taylor Road trip. Look at the miles traveled. More than 2,000 visited 6 camps in 5 days. Their favorite snack, boiled peanuts and earthworms. That sounds disgusting. Only got lost once at Georgia. Oddly enough, Maria Taylor's alma mater. We'll have to get into that momentarily. The two ladies joining us now here on College Football Live. You spend all that time together, yet you still like each other? Like, how's that possible?
We had an absolute blast, and we were just saying, I find you hilarious.
And I find her hilarious.
So we just
have a good time.
It was good.
There's no reason not to. When you look back on this trip, before we get into some of the fun stuff, what's maybe your big takeaway that you're going to be able to reflect on while you're doing your actual jobs of sideline reporting on the games?
Well, for me, it was almost every stop we went to, there is a quarterback battle. And so we, instead of reading about, all this stuff online or what's actually going to happen, we got to see it firsthand with our own eyes. So as these quarterback competitions unfold throughout the course of the season, I think that's going to be the fun part, because we were there and kind of saw the baseline and where things started in fall camp. And I can't wait to see how some of these controversies play out down the end. Like Clemson, for example, Kelly Bryant and their incoming freshman, Trevor Lawrence. Florida State has a little bit of a situation with DeAndre Francois returning from his knee surgery, and James Blackman, who played great last year. So everywhere we went, I thought there was some controversy.
Yeah, and even Georgia with Jake Fromm, Justin Fields, the #1 overall recruit. But also I think we learned how different every program is. When you see them back to back to back, that was the first time we realized that, certain kids and players would not fit in say Clemson, but they might be a perfect fit for Alabama. And it was cool to be on the ground floor of seeing what Willie Taggart is trying to instill at Florida State and kind of bring back the history of Florida State, making his kids watch Bobby Bowden documentaries and making sure they understand the history that lies beneath there. So it was fun to just kind of compare programs in such a short amount of time.
I heard Willie Taggart is going to make his players watch videos of Deion Sanders. What's this all about?
So this was fascinating to me. So Willie Taggart, he gets the job before their bowl game, and he's walking down a hallway at their bowl game with primetime, with Deion Sanders. And his players are coming past like, hey, Coach Taggart, and no one is like, OMG, it's Deion. And he starts doing the math and realizes that most of these kids weren't born when Deion was relevant in college or pro football. So he was like, we need to understand who Florida State was before, and we've got to get back to, we're wearing these jerseys and representing in a certain way because of players like Deion. So I thought that was a big wake-up moment for him.
I loved it, because it was one of those stories, too, where he's like, what he wants to instill is going to be this year. It's the foundation that he's setting. He's putting up speed signs that as soon as you enter practice, you better be running full speed. The only speed limit that we have is fast, and he wants to have music there. He doesn't want his kids to be loose. But at the same time, he's trying to teach them that we're going to be founded in our history, and you need to play hard every single day because there's a legacy that precedes you. And there are some guys that worked really hard to make this great.
And Matt, one last thing is, so Coach Bowden, when he retired, some might say, it was maybe forced out, but when he left and he said, I don't want to come around the program unless I'm asked. And I'm not sure he had been asked before, but Coach Bowden came back and has been around this team now. Mickey Andrews, their famous defensive coordinator, is at practice every day. So I love how Coach Taggart is just wrapping his arms around this Florida State legacy.
All right, I didn't mean to bury the lead here, but I got to ask you, Holly, what happened on the slide?
Oh,
ooh.
Okay, that was really bad video, and she keeps playing it over and over.
It's hilarious.
I had
to me.
brand new shoes on, and the soles were so rubber they hit the metal, and I've caught some air. It's ugly.
But I don't know. You can't see. She stops at the
right
top.
Here, I hit.
There it is.
The
Boom.
shoes. Ouch.
And Dabo couldn't stop laughing. We have 2 angles of it. Literally on the entire ride to the airport, we had to drive to Charlotte right after that. I probably watched it like maybe 2,500 times, Chick, because I just wanted to laugh. And she's like, what are you laughing at now? Like, you going down the slide. I'm still laughing at you fall going down a slide.
They did say they felt like it was the worst executed slide they've had in the history of that building. So at least
she'll always have that.
Personal
Hey,
record.
You accomplished some sort of record there. You can ring the bell there at Clemson. That's
There
very
you go.
good.
At Auburn, she rang a bell at Auburn. Every time there was a bell, she rang it.
Thank you, ladies. That's great stuff. Check them out on the YouTube channel as well on the Taylor Road Trip. Thank you.